Exclamation and welcome to Tiny Rails. It is by Tiny Titan Studios and it's currently in early access on Steam and it is $9.99 US. This is, as you might imagine, based on the little pointer here, this is a mobile port. There is a game, I believe a mobile game of this that is free that has like ads and stuff on it. This is the Steam version of that they're actually seem to be improving upon. There's been hot fixes and whatnot along the way. How can I best describe this game? It's it's a casual, almost idle game. I say almost idle. It's got a lot of the trappings of an idle game, but it also makes you actively click on things as time goes on here. Like, you have to actively collect coins, and you have to actively keep your train repaired and cleaned. Maybe not that often, but often enough that it's hard to qualify it as entirely an idle game that plays by itself. It does play by itself. Oh, we have a moment to capture here as well. State Capitol building. All right, thank you. So things like that will pop up along the way. We just got a picture of the Harrisburg State Capitol building. Barely visible picture of it, but one nonetheless. And we get gold and stuff for that. So the idea behind this is, as with many of these sort of train strategy games, I guess, is that you've purchased your grandfather's train business. There is nothing here that's on sale. All right, screw that stuff then. And the idea is now that you've taken over and you're going to grow the company and all that stuff. So first of all, this is just what happened while I was gone. We traveled 48 kilometers. Like I said, it's got trappings of an idle game. Like, it'll travel on its own. You can even go under the settings menu here and say auto depart. So basically the game will just play itself for the most part there. Although obviously you're going to have things like maintenance here and repairs to do. Now I believe that there's a service under here that will do some of that. Well, prevents obstacle encounters, increases speed. So there isn't a service yet for that. But there are services here that will enable you to be a little bit more hands-off on things. Track inspector. Yeah. And then as you turn these on, they gain experience and then give you additional services, additional passive services, which I haven't done yet. Like, this lowers the market refresh by 50%. I'll talk about that in a minute. There's job boards and stuff that come along. We got our logbook here, and I've got a State Capitol building here that we just did, so I'll collect 250 coins for that. I have another one on here too somewhere. You can see all the different areas that you can do. This is a worldwide thing. Right now I'm stuck in the East Coast of the United States, but you expand as you go. Being as though this is on a PC, I'm having to click and drag for everything, which is kind of bad. They really need to do something about that. They've got, sliders here, so I don't know why I can't click on this slider and actually move it around, but I guess that's just because they still haven't fixed the UI on this, because this is a little bit ridiculous. Now, you don't have to do this very often, but it does drive you a little bit nuts that you have to constantly click and drag on things, especially on the PC. So hopefully they'll do something about that. Again, it's in early access, so anything is possible. So I gotta collect the money from the food thing there. You can see that builds up. The other thing on this label on here is kind of weird, in that you see it says open 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., which makes a lot of sense. But that open will change to close at nighttime. to tell you what the current state is, but it'll still say 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. So at sometimes you'll look at it and go, wait, closed 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.? That doesn't make any sense. But really, it's just telling you that it's currently closed, and those are the hours of operations. They really need to just maybe make this hours or something, and then put open closed on it or whatever, so it's not quite so confusing there. Now you can see we're steaming along to Albany, New York. We've got 17 passengers right now. Let's see how they're doing. Traveling to Concord, New Hampshire. Pittsburgh, blah, blah, blah. Lots of people here. These are VIPs, I believe, which pay the most as long as you get them there relatively quickly. And also, here's the relative happiness and of all of your people, food, comfort, and all that stuff. You want to keep them happy. Happy customers are paying customers, as the old saying goes. What else here? There's a lot to cover in this little game here. Let's make sure that I have all the maintenance up here. Yeah, it's starting to need some. So I just wanted to make sure that's done there. So that's the cleaning and also repairing. I just said all, so it cleans and repairs all of these. We've got a fruit car, which gives me cargo space for fruit. We got an oil tanker, which also gives me cargo space. We've got a park car, which gives me basically entertainment for the passengers. We've got an Old West food car for the passengers to munch down on, and then we've got the caboose, which is where all the passengers basically are. The interesting thing is the positions of these actually seem to matter. Like, I had the Old West food car up here, and I had like the fruit car in the middle of it, and it seemed like I wasn't getting any customers there. Once I moved it back to here where it was connected, it seems like I get more customers now. Oh, we got a moment to capture. New York State Capitol building. Excellent. There we go. So that's why I say it's kind of an idle game, because it's got a lot of the trappings of an idle game, but it also really rewards you for actively, and does have trappings that require you to be paying at least some kind of attention. There's a sale on wood, so we'll take that and see if anybody wants some wood anywhere else. Buy that. That goes into our cargo bay, and then the next stop I can go and sell that off. What else here? So we got the map. You can see what we've unlocked so far. This right here, Harrisburg, I bought that station, so you can see I can upgrade now. That gives me more passengers, the upgrades do. And also tells me what the cargo demand is there, so I can go and bring them whatever cargo they need and get some extra money for it, extra cash. These are all stations that I can buy if I want to. They're all different based on, I guess, their locations is what tells you how much they're worth and all that stuff. This one is another 500 coins, so I want to do that. My hometown over here where's Philly at? It's New York. We're way too high. Philly, yeah. My hometown of Philly costs 500,000 coins, so I'm very pleased about that. We're not the cheap seats for a change. So these guys with the question mark means that there is a quest there. Now there is you can see U.S. East progress. There is a main quest that you can do, and these exclamation points usually are for the main quest areas. And I can set waypoints and stuff. I don't need to set a waypoint right now because it's just kind of following the track as it is. But along the way, you can set waypoints like where there's forks in the road, and it'll go up that way. And I haven't stopped off any factories yet, so I don't know exactly what those do just yet here. But you can see we're steaming along here. Just a note, there is incidental dialogue that you'll hear. You'll hear like the wah 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 thing. There is there is some political, there's a bit of a political joke that they've put in there. Namely, there's an Obama character and a Trump character. So if, like me, you play games to get away from all that craziness, just keep in mind that there is a there's a moment in here that will make you kind of sigh and go, why did they put that there? So there you go. But then there's other ones that are like Mario and Link, you know, communicating with each other and stuff like that. So, you know, I can't fault them too much. It's just sometimes it's good to not bring some of the politics and stuff in. We got 362 coins collected over here. Let's go put that up there. Get that into our bank, shall we? Now, there is, as you might imagine, this thing requires constant attention, let me tell you. There are upgrades and things. How's our repairs doing? Man, these are already getting dirty and stuff. Trying to keep them as clean as possible so I don't have unhappy customers. Now, obviously, I don't have to go to the extremes I'm going at, but you know, I still like to run a clean ship here. We do have upgrades. You can see how much these cost. You get max cargo, max passengers. Eventually, you'll hit a maximum for your gumball rank, and I'll explain that in a bit. But let's see, we can upgrade our max cargo there. We are pulling into Montpellier, Vermont, and it is apparently snowing. Okay, yeah, it's May 4th of year 1. I don't know why it would be snowing in May, but I guess that's what happens there. We can sell this wood off and get a little bit of a profit. We can take this honey, and maybe we'll find a place that has some profit on there. They have a resource demand for corn, apparently. All right, that's good to know, I guess. All right, and then we've got achievements. Buy 50 cargo. There we go. I'll take that. So you got all these like achievements and stuff. Again, it's got a lot of the trappings of an idle game. These are jobs that I've picked up. If I look at the job board, you can see the job board refreshes like every 18 hours or 19 hours or so. Or you can pay 100 coins to get it to refresh immediately, and then this just gives you various jobs to do, like earn gold from passengers in Europe, which I can't do yet because I don't have anything in Europe. I'm just in the East Coast right now. But I got like clear track of obstructions, which occasionally you'll come across obstructions. Not very often though, and they want 25 of those. Travel to Augusta, Maine is one of our goals here. That looks like there's 4 more goals in that whole thing, so I guess it's to travel to various areas and collect cargo from obstructions, which goes hand in hand with this. As you come across obstructions, you click on them until they go away, and then you'll actually grab cargo from those. So that's something to keep in mind there. Let's depart. Now, obviously, I could set the auto depart on, and it would just immediately go and depart as it wanted to. But I like to take a moment to stop and smell the roses there. So what the heck is the gumball machine? Well, we got over here a gumball machine. This is our rank, almost like our level, our XP level, sort of. And as you go along, you buy cars. In this case, it was 100 coins per car. I got all the cars already that I can have unlocked for this level. And then in order to get to the next level, I need to buy an engine for 950 and buy a caboose. These 2 things down here. And then once I buy those, we'll move up to level 3, and it'll give me all new cars to collect and new engine and new caboose to collect. And then I can start mix and matching and trying to get the most out of my train. Now, the big deal with this is that you want to you need to do that because when you look at the upgrades here, you can see like, in order to get more cars on my train, I need to get to rank 3. And you know, right now I have one additional car. You start out with 3 cars. I have 4 on here because I did 1 rank in that. That allows you to put more things on, like the oil tanker that I have and fruit cars and stuff like that. As you put cars on here, you can see that they're starting to get some XP. And then once they get to the maximum XP, you can pay coins and upgrade the car to the next level, the next star level there. So that's all that stuff, and you just earn XP over time as you have the car on the train there. Let me just make sure everything. Oh, that's good. We're all good there. Okay. So that said, you know, you can see the time up in the corner. It's ticking away. Ticks away slowly, but enough that you can see what's going on. You can see our max speed right now in kilometers per hour for some reason, and our distance in kilometers for some reason. And that's this guy's now closed now. You see how it's the label changed, but it's misleading. And for some reason the sun is up and it's it's 2000 at night. Okay, sure, in May. All right, I'll accept that, I guess. The moon is up, but everything is very bright down here for some reason. I think something got a little bit. Maybe they don't quite have all the artwork in place yet. That said, we're pulling into Augusta, Maine. The trainery just kind of tells you all your cars and what you can do. Like, we have a Candy passenger car, which gives me +2 passengers if I'm using the gingerbread engine. So cars have like synergies and stuff. If you use them with other cars, you get bonuses. I've got an outhouse car to help with. That gives me 2 additional passengers and lots of toilet space, which is nice. So I might want to do that at some point. And then there's 123 cars in total that you can have. So that's something to keep in mind. It's long-term goals there. Under services, I think I already kind of explained this. This gives you kind of services that you can latch onto. I'm going to do the market refresh thing here. I pumped up the ticket price a little bit to 27. So far, everybody's cool with it. I'm gonna have Lance here, my accountant guy, lower my market refresh by 50%. So every time I pull into a train station now, the time for refresh will be a lot less. I'm doing this mostly just to level him up. There's no real reason other than that. And I can also increase my speed by 25% because Sophia here is my mechanic. I picked her up along the way. So every hour it's going to cost me some gold, but I'll keep an eye on those. I want obstacle encounters right now because I have jobs around that, so I don't want to do that just yet. I don't want that to go away. How are we doing on the market here? So if I sell that, I get a little bit of profit. Let's take the paper products. And that sounds good. So we will depart. Alright, let's get a few upgrades here. Let's try max weight, maybe. And max speed. I want to keep a bunch of coins in reserve, though. We do have some coins over here that we've collected from the passengers that we dropped off. This guy is closed, so we don't have anything there yet. What else do we got going on here with the passengers? They are traveling to Detroit. This guy's traveling to Detroit. He's going to have a long wait. He's going to have a hell of a long wait because we got to go all the way around the horn here. What else do we have? So, the other thing that I've noticed, and this happens mostly in the upgrades, not the upgrades, in the market screen. Sometimes your click doesn't actually register, so sometimes you have to click multiple times in order to get our click to register, because you'll go and buy something and you're like, wait, why didn't that solve the job that I had? And then you realize, no, you bought the thing at the top of the list, not the thing that you actually clicked on. So they might have to fix the clicking a little bit in the market screen where it's not quite registering the way it's supposed to. I guess this hat moving is telling me that services are activated. Okay, that's cool. We're up to 100 kilometers per hour. Oh, we got lots of I guess because we're going at such a speed now that we need more repairs faster, I guess. Who knows? Yeah, now you can see the services are getting deducted. Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad they put an icon there to let you know that that's active. One of the interesting things about this game, because it does have sort of the trappings of idle games and whatnot. Let's see, what Can I sell that for 8? Okay, we'll grab some pizza. And I'm sure we'll find a place to sell that off. Let's go to parts. So, one of the nice things about this game is it does have, by default, a fading UI. So if I don't touch the mouse for, I don't know, a couple seconds here, like 10, 15 seconds, there it is, you can see that the UI fades out, and this becomes more of a, kind of like a screensaver. Like I could see if somebody had a multi-monitor setup, you could have this running possibly in a second monitor and just have it just running as a nice, delightful screensaver, just rolling along, doing its thing. Especially if you have auto depart on, it'll just keep on rolling along tracks, doing what it does. So it's kind of nice from that regard. It's pleasant in that regard. Oh, capture a moment here. Cool. George Washington statue. Thank you. And then that will grab this. Obviously, you'll still have those things pop up, but, you know, it's... If you're not really paying that much attention to it, then what does it matter, right? Alright, Valerie, do you like seafood? I hope so, because we've got a huge shipment of lobsters to pick up here in Boston. We're headed for Trenton. We're loaded up, so let's get a move on. Valerie is the conductor. Hey guys, just wanted to let you know I'm working on a few deals for you. Try and stay busy in the meantime, but I think I have good news soon. Okay, good. Alright, quest complete. We've got one of our quests done here. Let's go up to the quests and collect our reward. So our next stop is Trenton. You can see our story progress is continuing, so nice. At a nice pace. It's pretty slow, but you know. And our next thing over here is to travel to Hartford, Connecticut, so I want to make sure that is along the way here. I believe it is. So this is Providence. Yeah, Hartford's the next one. So we're going to just be following this all the way down through Trenton and everything else. So that's pretty good. I could buy Providence as well and just get additional bonuses from that station. What is this one? Boston is 50,000. 500 for Concord, New Hampshire. I could buy that one too. That's a little bit, it's cheap, so might as well. Might as well do that. So let's buy the cheap ones. The cheap seats. Yeah, Dover, Delaware, that's a cheap one. There we go. And then that way we can get some insight before we get to that point. Alright, depart. So I've pretty much gone over the majority of what goes on in the game here. I mean, this is basically what you see is what you get here. If I go under edit, you can see this is where you would put in or swap in additional cars. You can swap in an engine while it's running. And you don't have to be in a station to do it. You just swap them in, a caboose and an engine. Here's the different passenger cars I can put in there. I'm at my capacity, 404. But if I get my gumball level up, then I can get this to 5, and then we can start putting other passenger cars in here, or a veggie car, or one of these other things. And all these have like certain things about them. Like you can see, this one gives me additional 2 passengers if I'm using a yellow diesel engine and caboose, which I don't have. So, you know, I wouldn't get the bonus from that, but I would get like all the other stats that it has and stuff. So, you know, things like that to kind of spruce it up. You can either stick with certain, you know, viewpoints or views, like, you know, certain aesthetics, or you can just go for all the bonuses and things. What I'd like to do, let's make sure this is all repaired. There we go. Very good. And how are our services doing? Does he have... So he hasn't quite leveled up yet. Where do we stop at? We're in Providence, Rhode Island. Is there anything here that I care about? Let's sell that for a little bit of a profit. Let's grab that. And we'll depart. Cool. Lots of happy people. Lots of happy paying customers. So 193 there. Excellent. We're getting a little bit of input, not a whole lot. We are using quite a bit because we got these services running. But like I said, I'm trying to get these guys to level up. I don't know how long it takes. I don't know how long you have to have these running in order for that to pick up. So I might end up turning those off again for a little bit because they're not really that. They're useful, but they're not that useful. And if I go to the gumball machine, what is it, 950? Yeah, that's going to cut it a little bit too close. But the caboose I could buy for 650, so we'll buy that. We got ourselves a steam caboose. This is 4 cargo space. And I assume this will be like a steam engine, probably, that goes with it. Like to level up that if I could, but probably not going to do that in this video. And actually I can look in the trainery to see what that caboose was all about. Here's the engines. The cars. Here's the one we just grabbed. Steam engine, steam caboose. No, not in here. Maybe it's under engines? No, I don't see it. Okay. Alright, well, whatever. Whatever the case may be, these are the engines that I started out with, the Old West and the Old West caboose. Which gave you... The blue diesel gives you a bonuses as well. Okay, and we're into Hartford, Connecticut. Excellent. We are making some... We're barely burning any daylight here, so that's awesome. Grab that. And the parts. Excellent. And I should be able to get my coinage out of there. Sweet, that'll keep me going for a little while. This is the food cart's not even open yet. And we've already gone through several stations very quickly here. We're heading to New York, and then we'll be back to Trenton, which will give me the next quest thing. Now, this actually, Hartford was one of the job things here, right? So, next one is Raleigh, North Carolina. We have to go to. All right. So it's a delightful little game. I mean, you're going to spend the majority of your time just kind of sitting here looking at it. You still have to sort of click things. You still have to be on top of it as far as the repairs and cleanliness and stuff go. I mean, you'll get little icons to tell you when it really needs it. You don't have to be as on top of it as I have been. And you'll get these capture the moments like the Statue of Liberty there. Let's see if we can get it in the frame. There we go. Excellent. Should be able to go in here and grab that Statue of Liberty. Nice. And now we've pulled into New York already. Wow. We are going like a bat out of hell right now. Having that service activated is really doing wonders here. Alright, let's sell all that. Let's grab all of that on sale. Oh, that's 840. Yeah, maybe I'll do it. Let's just do it and we'll see what happens. Alright, parts. Might as well. I got all this cargo space and I'm not using it. I mean, how many coins do I have over here? 111? Alright, that'll keep me going for a little bit. We got, this one's now open, so it's now collecting coinage. You can see in here also, this tells you what the current repair and cleanliness is of it. So you can actually clean, you don't have to clean everything at once. You can clean them individually if you want to. I just like to just do all because it's the easiest way for me to worry. I don't have to click multiple times on things. So that's all good. Oh, and there's the political thing. But yeah, I mean, this is basically what it is. This is the game so far. Still early on, still year one, but you know, if you're looking for like a heavy management game, this is not a management game per se. This is more of a, like I said, it's mostly an idle game, but it has some active participation needed as well at times, at several times during it. You know, you have to be actively paying attention. So, you know, it's kind of a little bit of this, a little bit of that as we pull into Trenton here again. How about my upgrades? I would like to get more passengers and stuff. Our cap is 9 right now. It's lobster dinner night in Jersey. Makes me want to grab dinner before we leave. Have you investigated jobs yet? Let me tell you about them. Visit the job board, take on errands for our customers. We can earn gold and even job points for our employees. Yep. Yep, that's basically how that goes. Alright, that quest is complete. I probably should have seen what was in the market. Oh well. I forgot. I forgot to do that. Let's see let's collect our rewards for that. North America Chapter 1 through 8. We also got a reward of something. Hey crew, sorry to keep you waiting, but I promise it was worth it. Ready to set up shop in a new area? Head to Raleigh and I can fill you in once you're there. That's great news, Lance. Thanks. We're eager to break into USA South. You're a demand. Next stop, Raleigh. Okay, so that will allow me, that will unlock, so Chapter 1 is complete. And now it's completely unlocked the South. Nice. So now I can actually make it down to Raleigh if I need to. Which I do need to, so that's down here. Okay, so that's the South area, and then you can see all the other areas along here. So I'm going to set a waypoint here so that we follow that track down as we come around here. But awesome. What does Dover need? What does Dover need? They actually do need steel, which is pretty good. Oh no, that's the cargo available. They need corn, it looks like. Interesting. Interesting. But we're pulling into my stomping grounds here. We certainly probably need some steel, right? Yeah, I could make a little bit of a profit on it. So there we go. 1344, bang. We have a run on toilet paper though, so sure. That sounds about right. We need chickens apparently? Okay. Okay, I'll take your word for that. There we go. We made some good money on that one, I'd say. So yeah, our grandpa wants to talk to us. You're really running a tight ship here. I'm so proud of you. With all this cargo you're shipping around, I think we should consider purchasing a cargo depot. My old friend Mr. Higgs can help us with that. Me and your Gramps go way back. You know, as kids we'd spend whole days at the swimming hole in the summer. Oh, those were the days. My depots have seen better days, but the location in USA East is in good repair. Excellent. I'll cover the cost of this depot for you. Consider it an early birthday gift. Other depots will be up to you to repair and purchase. Okay. Buy it for free. Perfect. I have depots all over the world, you know. Help me fix them up. You can buy them. You can access cargo from any depot from any other depot in the world. Cool, huh? I'll send you a text when you're near one of my other depot locations in need of repair. What? Just because I'm old doesn't mean I don't understand technology. I'll see you when I see it, kiddo. Alright, so that opens up depots, which obviously that's a cargo depot, so I guess that's transfer to and from your train, accessible from any depot location. Okay, so basically, if I stop off at a depot, I can drop cargo off there, and then if there's another depot along the way to where I want to go, I can pick that up and then take it to where it needs to go, I guess. Alright, well that's another layer to keep an eye on. Oh, and we've got... the hell statue is that? I don't know what statue that is. Something the monster? What was it? Miles the monster. Who the frig is Miles the monster? Where are we pulling into? Dover? What the hell's wrong with you, Dover? These guys were kind of a little bit pissed because they went for a very long trip, I think. Enter the market. Let's go sell those. Onions we'll take. And take some steel, maybe. Yeah, it's only one. I'll take that. And then we'll drop that off as we go. Alright, and I think we're on path to where we want to go. Baltimore, Washington, yeah, and then it'll take us all the way down to Raleigh, through Richmond. What else do we have here? That's 50 grand is Washington, D.C., right? That makes sense. 500 for Richmond, Virginia. So let's buy that. Let's see what they need. Well, they need oil, it looks like. Okay. And down here in Raleigh, that's 5 grand. Oh, and here's an obstruction. That's good. So this is what happens when we find obstructions. And that will help us. Actually, that completed a job for us. Collect cargo from obstructions. Done that. That was a pretty good haul. So that actually, clicking on that actually gave me cargo to haul around. And now we got to clear 25 obstructions, which, like I said, doesn't really happen that often. So, and then we've got this other long-running job going on. So that's awesome. That all gives us stuff to keep you busy and whatnot as you're in the game. So unlike an idle game where you kind of sit around without much to do, this one does have long periods of not much to do, but usually they're nighttime hours, and then you've got punctuated by other things to do. It's weird. It's kind of idle and kind of not in that regard. Let's actually grab this. Let's see if I can grab another upgrade here. Let's do our max passengers. And we'll do max speed as well on passengers again. Pulling into Baltimore. Okay. What do we got here? Let's sell all of this crap. And we can get salmon for a good price, so I will pay for that and probably find another place to sell it. Okay, and I think we're good here, so we'll just depart. Alright. While the getting's good. And then Washington, D.C. is not that far away. We're up at 103, so it's like we're getting to places in less than an hour, which is quite amazing for our train system here. Right? It's very, very much unrealistic in that regard, but otherwise it's quite pleasant, I would say. Yeah, job points. I don't know how these guys actually level up. I thought by having this turned on they would level up a little bit, but well, Hank is leveling up a little bit. Oh, you know why he's leveling up? Because I'm doing jobs that he wanted me to do. That's what it is. That's what the job points comes in. So this is not really helping much, so I'm going to actually turn these off. Well, the increased speed I'm going to turn on. I'll leave that one on, but the lower market rate I don't really care about. So we can save at least some money there. As we pull into Washington, D.C. now. So many things being visited here as we do this. So got that. They have a run on toilet paper. Obviously, because somebody needs to either be able to write all those laws on something, right? So there you go. How are we doing? Everything just needs some of that, but everything's clean. That's good. More coinage there. Is this still open? Yeah, that's still open. And anything over here? There's some coins still in there. Excellent. So I should be able to go and buy an engine here. And that's the steam engine. So +2 gold at stations if using the steam caboose. Alright. That sounds rather good, actually. And now you can see we're up to level 3. There's new cars available, new engines and stuff. And now if I do roll car here, it'll give me something from one of these random cars here. You know, nice little egg from the gumball machine. And we got an Old West outhouse car is what we got on that one. And I'm going to not roll another car right now, but you get the idea. This, as I go along, it'll eventually give me all of these, just in kind of a random order. And then once I buy all these cars and I buy the engine and the caboose, it'll knock me up to level 4 rank on things. So that is the gameplay loop, my friends. That is the core gameplay loop. Man, we are running like a bat out of hell. We're almost down to Raleigh, North Carolina at this point. And we've made 16% progress and all of that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to probably leave it there because this pretty much gives you a rundown of what this game involves, what's involved with this game pretty much through and through here. I mean, this is basically what the core loop is. So this has been Tiny Rails, my friends. It is by Tiny Titans Studios, and it is currently in early access on Steam and at $9.99 US. It is a mobile port, so it does suffer a little bit from mobilitis in some of the menus and whatnot, but not overly so. It's also quite pleasant to run just on its own, and it does have some trappings of idle games in it, so you'll see some of those along there. As always, I will leave links to more information down in the description so you can do your own due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.